What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And the movie I want to take a look at right now is The French Dispatch. Now, this one comes from Searchlight Pictures. It is directed by Wes Anderson, and this one tells the story of a love letter to journalists that's set in an outpost of an American newspaper in a fictional 20th century French city that brings to life a collection of stories published in the French Dispatch magazine. So it's told in kind of like vignette stories set in this little, like they said, fictional town. This is Searchlight Pictures' kind of awards push type of film. When they were Fox Searchlight, they had the Grand Budapest Hotel. They pushed that. It went very, very far at the Oscars that year. So why not do it again? Obviously, The Isle of Dogs didn't really do too much for Wes Anderson. That was his previous film. I actually really like that one. But I get it. It's extremely dark. It's not live action. It's kind of a weird notch in Wes Anderson's career buckle, but I really enjoyed it. So I was looking forward to this. I know Searchlight Pictures wanted to push this for awards, and I hadn't seen it yet, so I'm catching up on a lot of stuff from 2021 and awards prospect films, so that's why I'm reviewing it. But I remember watching the first trailer for this, and yeah, it looked very Wes Anderson-y. It's it's colorful. It's got his trademark cinematography, his kind of outlandish, cartoonish style. I mean, it's just him. Like, what his movies look like at this point. So I was kind of excited. And after watching it, it's fine. The thing is with Wes Anderson films, before I even watch the movie, his movie will already be at a 50% for me. Like, it will already be okay. And I don't mean that to be snarky or whatever. It's just like he will straight up get to the halfway point for me no matter what, because the man, on a technical level, he knows what he's doing. Every single one of his films, and this is no exception, they all have wonderful, eye-popping cinematography. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it has so much flair to it, so much depth within each scene, so much stuff crammed to where you feel like it would be too crowded, but it's actually just a feast of the eyes, or feast on the eyes, excuse me. And he also knows symmetry really well, precision. Every single one of his movies that are shot are just perfect. They just are. A lot of them are. A lot of the cinematography is used for visual gags. A lot of it's used for character reveals or emotional points in the story. I love that he can utilize any one of his cinematography styles for any type of emotion in his films. And it's just genius. The production design and costuming will always be on point with his films. Once again, no exception. So those three things automatically get Wes to that point. That's as far as it goes for me. Like, unlike the Grand Budapest Hotel and like Isle of Dogs, I really cared about the story. I cared about the characters and like what was going on and just their journey to salvation or redemption or, love or relationships or whatever. I was in it. This one, I was not. I didn't care about anything that was going on. There was no emotional weight to anything. It just felt like little Saturday morning cartoons that were happening, and then we just switch to the next thing. It's just like, okay, there were some interesting visual notes there, but where's the substance? So that's where I'm kind of like, I'm struggling with this film, because I can respect it on a technical level, like I always do with his films. But for some weird reason, this one did not connect with me whatsoever, and I didn't really care about what was going on. Maybe it's because they were in vignettes and there wasn't enough time to kind of explore and flesh out some of these characters and storylines. It just didn't work for me. And honestly, that's as far as my critiques go. And I know that's a lot, but it's as far as I can explain it. It's just, it didn't really do much. Did it look like all the performances were fun and it looked like they were having a blast doing this film? Yeah, absolutely. But I just didn't really feel like there was that connection with anything going on. What I saw was visual and colorful, well done noise. That's basically what I can equate this to. So I don't know what else more to say about it. It's one of those things to where I just feel kind of numb after watching it, not in a good way. But there are definitely some scenes that are playing throughout my head, just from a blocking and kind of filmmaking perspective. And that's what I've always liked about Wes, is that he's able to kind of like reignite that creativity in me when I watch his films, and I want to get better at my own cinematography, like at my job, or if I do freelance or whatever. So I respect that. But just for me, this one didn't really do much for me. So yeah, let me know down below what you thought of The French Dispatch, whether you loved it, hated it, or thought it was okay, just like me. If you loved this film, oh, please let me know. I would love to read your perspective on it. If you hate it, I wouldn't blame you. But yeah, I would like to know your perspective on it, because maybe there is something I'm missing. But it just this is one of those Wes Anderson films I don't really care to watch ever again. So let me know down below what you thought of The French Dispatch, and that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.